Well, good morning, everyone. I am trying to wake up and get some energy into this body of mine. I slept in a little bit this morning and finally decided it was time to get up, get going a little bit. So I managed to do that, and I am now sitting on the curb outside just having a little coffee break. And yeah, I got my coffee. So if you want to join in on the conversation this morning, go ahead and grab your own favorite beverage and we'll get going. All right, let's do it. Well, I am outside, so again, there might be a little bit of noise, so sorry about that. I'm a little colorful this morning. I got my purple People Eater shirt on. I decided to put something different on that was a little bright and colorful because I don't know about the rest of y'all, but for the past few months, I've been pretty much wearing the same few outfits all the time. You know, I just wear the same t-shirt and shorts for 3 or 4 days in a row. I take fewer showers and all that kind of stuff. So this morning I decided to do something different and make sure I got up and jumped in the shower and put on some deodorant and cologne for you. Or for me, as the case may be. Maybe that's too much information, TMI. But that's what I decided to do because I needed to get started fresh and feel like I was doing something good for myself because today's my birthday. Hoo-ha! So I got myself a birthday coffee. And it's a strange time, of course. A lot of people are having birthdays indoors. I had someone ask me already today, well, what are you going to do today? And I'm like, what do you mean, what am I going to do? She said, where are you going to go? What kind of fun are you going to have? And I'm like, well, where can I go? Because there aren't too many places you can go to celebrate and have your birthday in the same way we remember doing that before, right? Anyway, I hadn't really thought that there was much I would go out and do, so I just wanted to take some time to do whatever I felt like doing in the moment. So, as I record this, it's my birthday, and we're having a coffee break on my birthday. So I figure the subject of the day should be about birthdays because it is an interesting phenomenon that we celebrate every year. Our birth and our existence in this world. And I can tell you a little story about that because I really feel strongly about birthdays being celebrated. We're celebrating our lives. Just like when someone we loved is no longer with us in this world, we like to go and celebrate their lives by remembering them. Well, for me, birthdays are not much different. And I remember growing up and not having a whole lot of birthday celebrations. I do remember a couple of them were really nice, but typically my family didn't celebrate my birthday too much. In fact, my mother never remembered my birthday. Once I was out of the house and on my own and doing my own thing, I would never get a phone call or a card or a letter or anything from her celebrating my birthday, at least not very often. And I remember being so upset about that for a long time, right? When it's your birthday, you want to be remembered, right? You want everyone to know and you want people to acknowledge that you're there and that you matter and that you exist. And that's what I wanted too. But I wasn't getting that from my own mother, and I didn't understand that. I don't think I ever understood it, or I will ever understand where she was coming from on that, but she never remembered my birthday. And after that happens so many times, eventually you just sort of let it go and say, okay, whatever, and move on with your life a little bit. So when it comes your birthday, well, if you get upset about it, it's your fault, right? Because we have a choice. We can celebrate our own daily life and our birth dates and our happy anniversaries, and we can celebrate on our own. We don't necessarily need other people to do that. But it's really nice when other people do acknowledge you and celebrate your life. And I think what upset me the most about my mother not remembering my birthday, and I'm going to just admit this openly to everyone right now, is that I felt she didn't want to acknowledge my existence. It's like I never happened. that I shouldn't be here or I'm not wanted or anything like that. You understand where I'm coming from? Do you ever feel that way, or have you ever felt that way? You know, I'm sure we've all had moments in our lives when we felt like we were unwanted or unloved or uncared for, or that, you know, people didn't really think that we mattered or we should even be around, born or whatever. And some people are very clear about that and are bold enough to say things like that to us, and I don't think that's very kind or appropriate. But it happens, and people do that, and people feel that way, and so I felt that way. And I'm not sure that I'll ever change anything about what I feel about celebrating my life on my birthday. And typically I don't celebrate my birthday as a result of all that. I mean, I do like to go out to dinner, have a glass of wine, typically on my birthday. Of course, I can't do that right now this year, but maybe in the future, maybe next year I'll be able to do that again. But I might be able to get takeout and open up a bottle of wine at home and just take a moment to say, I am grateful for my life and I'm thankful for it, and I value my existence and I value who I am, and I know that in some way I'm important to someone out there, a few people, a handful of people who recognize me and aren't afraid to tell me that they care about me and love me, and happy birthday. So I wanted to share that story with you because that was is a very important part of my life, a part of my journey, a part of my story that I acknowledge as being there, as something that impacts how I think and how I feel about celebrating life on your birthday. So I think it's important to celebrate your birthday, celebrate your anniversaries, celebrate anything that is important, that acknowledges you as a human being and your contribution to this world and to the lives of those that surround you, etc., and so on. And I know that's important to a lot of other people too. I'm sure it's important to a lot of you that when it comes your birthday, or if you know someone who's having a birthday, you want to acknowledge them and send them a card, send them a text message, call them up on the phone, or even arrange to get together for a surprise party or an evening out for dinner or a movie or something, just to say, hey, I value you as a person and happy birthday and you mean a lot to me. I see it happening all the time. People go out, they celebrate birthdays, and sometimes they do big bashes. I have to say that when in all my organization that I've been doing lately, I ran across a piece of paper. And this is why it's so good to go through all your things before you pitch them all out. Don't just throw them out, but actually look at them and read them. You might have a wonderful memory. And there was a piece of paper that was printed out on my 30th birthday. This is a little bit ago. And it said, come over to my house to help me celebrate my birthday. Oops, there's some noise. Pardon the noise. Like I said, I'm outside. But anyways, this piece of paper said, I want to invite you over to my house to celebrate my 30th birthday. No presents needed, just your presence would be appreciated. And I remember that was a really great birthday between me and just friends. And we invited him over, me and my partner at the time. And I remember that birthday party. We had a nice time, just, a little, it was like a little in your home party where you just had nibbles and things to nosh on and drinks to accommodate what everyone's preferences were. And that was a good birthday. I'm trying to remember other birthdays. I remember one birthday as a child where I actually had a couple of people over and they had a birthday party for me. And that was in Texas. But very few times in my life have I ever had big birthday parties or a lot of people just notifying me to say happy birthday. That's a little different now. My mom has passed on, and I'm not so hooked on the idea that my birthday is so important that it has to be remembered every time by everybody. And I hope you don't mind all the noise out here, but I hear sirens and cars going by. And I know it's distracting me, so I hope it's not distracting you too much. In any case, I I'm a little bit more relaxed about the idea that, okay, it's my birthday. I don't celebrate it like everybody else does, and that's just the way it is. But I do recognize it, and I do value it, and I did want to talk about that today because I see how other people celebrate their birthdays, and I know what my personal experience is, and I just wanted to share that with you. And I'd like to know more about how you celebrate your birthdays and your celebrations, and what that means to you, and what your experiences are with that, with your friends and your family and your loved ones, and could be colleagues or whatever. And put those stories down in the comments below, because I'd like to read up on those if you'd like to share that information with me and join in on the conversation. And that's all I have to say today. Happy birthday to me, right? That's my story about birthdays, and I'd like to hear more about your stories, so please leave those stories and comments in the boxes below. Please subscribe and share with other people, and hit that notification button if you'd like to see more videos like this. And if you like this video and you think it contributes something of value to anyone else who's watching it, then please give me a thumbs up as well. And we'll see you next time on our coffee break, and have a great day. Thanks for joining me.